Yeah.
Do you have a plug that goes from 12 volt cigarette lighter in your car to charge your phone?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah, it's a little USB thing. I'll bring it over when I come.
Well, you gotta plug it into a cigarette lighter.
Yeah, it's just, you have that and then whatever cable you have that you plug into the wall and the little charger thing, it's USB.
No, I got a cigarette lighter on my tractor.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 12 volt.
Yeah.
And my phone is almost dead. And I wanted to be able to charge my phone, so that's what I was bringing it.
It should work, but I would advise you against it, because if you're running the tractor and everything, that should be fine. But if you're not running it, then I would be more concerned with the phone just draining the battery on that really quick, because it's surprising how much power the phone will draw from the battery, even using that 12 volt deal, you know?
Okay.
So I do have that little jump starter thing. I think that would probably work out better for you.
Well, no, I just thought of it. I got those 2 power packs.
Yeah.
That's what they're made for.
Yeah, I would go with that before using the tractor to do that, because it's not like there shouldn't be harm in it, but there's always the hesitant of like, oh, I'm going to drain the battery, and then now for some reason I totally forgot to turn the engine off, and then now I'm trying to start it and I can't start it, and then you try to go jump start it and it's just for some reason doesn't want to start, you know.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, so I think this is working. This is more of like a test stream to figure out what's going on and get things sorted out. So I'm going to be playing around with Houdini, mainly trying to get myself to finish my one rig that I've been working on. It's not too fancy. I've been trying to learn Cline FX, however you want to say it. As I pause and I say unnecessary stuff. So let's just get started here. Let's load up my project and open up my latest scene and then start from there. Now, this is just a rig that I grabbed off of Sketchfab, I believe. And I was just, it's this, it's Venom. That's not Venom. Okay, let's change so we have a better little deal. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I've already been playing around with this, sort of cleaning this up a little bit. And I have a vague idea of what I'm doing. Let's jump in here. Okay, so this is the guy that I have here. He still needs a lot of work, and there's still things that I'm trying to figure out how to do, namely a control setup that would be ideal for animators. Right now, like, you can move them, do all sorts of stuff. You could pipe in animation and retarget them, but I'm wanting to set up a rig that I could give to an animator that does like pose to pose or keyframe, you know. And it's sort of expected that you would have your controls and everything going on here. So if we grab some of the controls that I have, oops, let's keep this going, and then we'll select this guy. Oops, yeah. Wait, where's, I guess you can't see that. Am I doing this wrong? Do I want to, and I'm still sort of learning the ins and outs of Houdini here. The Side FX really makes rigging a little bit more useful, but Houdini was never really a rigging program to sort of start with. Like, you could rig stuff, but it was a little weird. And now everything being under the GeoSop makes it a little bit more understandable than how it was before, and having everything be at the object level, and then you'd have to package everything up, and it just didn't make sense from the hierarchical standpoint of like, oh wait, why isn't this in with the geo and everything, you know? So let's select this. Okay, good. We can see these guys. But so here's my little foot pivot and everything. This is just playing with the reverse foot setup, and then I was going to try to do a VOP deal for the shoulder, and that wasn't working. I'm not really sure what I'm doing other than sort of rambling on here. Let's go back and see if people are talking. They're not. Did this thing switch? Am I not switching? Okay, let's hold up. This seems too loud. Let's turn that down some more. That's sort of going. This should be switching. I'm going to make my window smaller so I can see OBS. Oh, I'm not switching. What's going on here? Okay, so that's working. And then let's change to my terminal. That's not working. That's working. Why aren't you switching to my terminal, buddy? Okay, VS Code's the only one that it's wanting to switch to. So let's get it so that this is working. This is not helpful. Okay, so we want that to be Houdini. Look at the software instead of the scene. Terminal, we want Microsoft text input. No. PowerShell, yeah, let's do that. That should work. Okay. Okay, now that's working, but Houdini it's not switching to Houdini. Why aren't you switching to Houdini here? I want to be able to have it so I can switch between little things that I might be poking at, and it's not helpful that it's not going to Houdini, the main thing that I want to do. Let's go back to the auto switch thing. Okay, that's weird. It has the C. It's looking at the. Oh, that's the stupid console output. Okay, so I think I got it now. So I want to remove this guy, and I want to set it to. Oh, that's sort of frustrating. Oh, no, I think I did. We'll have to figure this out. Okay. Now it should be working. Okay. Boop. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, things are working. Yeah. So, the and stuff now. Oh yeah, I can talk. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so this should be working. Let's double check this. Okay, so let's just sort of go quickly over what I got here. I need to give credit to the artist that did this, but I have no idea who did it. I know that I got it off of Sketchfab, and it is a GLTF file, which is I don't know. I think it's Sketchfab's proprietary Web 3D format. Houdini has a built-in deal to just import these files. So as you can see, he comes in all wonky. He has a normal issue on him right there. And so I'm fixing that, rotating them about, and then I always like my characters on the ground plane. So we're doing that, and then this is my mesh going out. So I just have a null there. This is, let's make this smaller. We don't need a huge ass window for my 3D stuff. We're more wanted to look at the graph here. So my skeleton I've sort of broken up, and I'm still trying to figure this out if I need to do, should be doing a skeleton merge for all of this. I'm not, or skeleton blend, that's what it is for Client Effects stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm still looking into and figuring out. Mainly the groups here. Like, I don't know if a group joint is different than just using joint or a group. I think it's all the same. They just have a specific name for it. It doesn't feel like Houdini is doing anything special here, other than setting it up so that it'll look for joints by default. So we have my skeleton bits here, which I've broken off into components because it's just a basic skeleton that I was hoping to turn into a little HDA to be able to adjust. I'm still trying to figure that bit out on how to get it so that I could adjust that, but that doesn't seem viable. I guess this would be more of a shelf tool that it would propagate this whole network here. So merging that all down in and then reparenting all that. Then I'm making some more groups here. So each one I have is up here is just the groups for each one, for the head, spine, legs, arms, fingers, and whatnot. Then I'm making control groups because I don't want the tips of like the feet or the fingers or the head. And then the spine, I forget what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I'm not selecting the hip. Why am I making the control for the hip? Maybe I need to fix that. So then reorienting my joints. And that hip looks fucked up. And the same with my spine deals here. Head, hip, spine, upper. Let's change this. Let's check chat. Okay, nothing going on. I need to get my little laptop set up so I can see chat. I don't have what I would consider a proper setup, which is 2 monitors. Having worked with 2 monitors in the past, it's always ideal to have your secondary stuff up on the other monitor, your source control, reference, your Slack, Discord, email, chat things going on in the other monitor, and then your main work area, your Maya, 3D Studio Max, Photoshop, whatever that you're doing. Okay, so I'm regressing here. So let's get back to fixing the orientation on the spine joint because I want that to go all the way up. So let's just remove spine upper from this and see how that works then. That is not really the one that I'm looking for, and it's having it go down. Okay, this looks like crap. So let's actually just make that. So now I have no orientation going on, and then let's put rig orient. Why can't I spell? Reorient joints, that's what it is. We're going to put that on here. So and we'll see how that works. Because mainly I want everything to go along its parent, so, and I still haven't figured out that. I'm going to go from there for, actually we want all of them. Actually, I should be able to get the head group. There we go. Okay, so let's focus on this. We're going along the joint chain in Z, and then forward in X. That seems good. Okay, so let's rewire that to there. And then we're going to just copy this guy over a couple times. Okay, so pipe you in to here, do. And then, what is it, Y? We'll do the cut. Cut these guys, cut that. Okay, and then we're gonna pipe you, and fix my little graph here. So it looks all nice and neat, even though I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is our finger. Wait, what's going on? Why am I seeing the spine here? Oh, because I have that selected. I want to see this one. This is spine. Let's take the spine group. So let's display joint axis. There we go. Okay, so this is my root here, and it is pointing down in Z. Okay, That's sort of working. And then this is pointing up and Z. And that's not pointing to where I want it to go. So let's clear this. Let's grab the root. And we're going to target the child. Oh, wait, that just flipped that. That's no good. Let's target this guy. That's not helpful either. So use, no. Let's select all these guys. That failed in selecting. Well, let's just see if we do all of them. That's sort of what I want. Okay, so should be able to just sit. Okay, we'll select all this. And then we're going to say spine group. Yeah. So that is sort of procedural, other than having to pick the spine lower, which is this guy right here. So let's, and that's just for the root. Maybe I just need to adjust this guy. So let's show, oops. Handle oh, come on. Show handles. Where are my handles? Oh, that's not good. That's all sorts of whack. Okay, so I think I am doing the right thing here. The reorient? No, I'm not. That's sort of working. Let's see here. I'm still. Oops. Oh, I think my headphones just died. Oh, well, they're getting there. Well, I'm going to have to try this. I spent all morning setting this up, listening to music, and now my little wireless headphones are dead because I don't have a good mic for whatever I'm doing. And then I need to figure this bit out on why my root is not working the way I want it to. Okay, well, either way, I'm going to quickly just go through the rest of the stuff that I have after I broke this stuff. So basically, reparenting these guys back in, and then I'm creating groups for the fingers, excluding the tips, the same for the legs and the spine. I don't have a head control in here for some reason because I don't know. I don't think I did it at the time, so I need to add that in. So let's add a little note here. Okay, add head control group. So then obviously we're mirroring this. Looks all good except for the orientations on there. My fingers look messed up too. That's what I need to fix. So then I'm stashing the rig pose to say this is our rest pose right here. And then the skeleton's going out. So then from there, I'm just doing an object merge to try to keep my graph really clean. This is basically just pulling from my null here that says, hey, this is the out mesh, and then the same for the skeleton. It's the out skeleton, and this is coming in. I'm subdividing it, as we can see here. So he's a little bit more smoothed out, and that's mainly to just give me some more stuff going on because of how the bind deal. Now I thought I changed this. This was something that I was working with. Okay, as it goes and it does all my bind stuff. So this was an HDA that I made, which I'm going to probably get rid of here, which is basically we're doing our skeleton and we get bone capture lines. Then we're taking the mesh and the bone captured lines into a tet conform, which turns it into this crazy looking tetrahedron solid mesh type deal. And then we're using the bone harmonic capture, which does all the fun stuff, and then that's going back out. Then we got our bone capture paint deal. Is it not going to work? Oh, I have to select it, and then this is once I get my joint orientation set correctly, then need to adjust all this so we can do the paint and whatnot. Don't want to do that now. And then I'm mirroring my weights supposedly, and then all of that I'm stashing and saying like, hey, save all this information, because otherwise if you don't do a stash, it wants to do the bind thing every time you select a downstream node. So this is basically saying stash the input from here. And then this is my capture out. Then I'm going here, I have my mesh out, my capture out, going to an attribute transfer because this has been changed into a totally different type of geometry, and I want to transfer all from that to the original mesh because that's just what I want to work with, because I'm trying to go to Unreal or Unity and just a real-time engine, so you can't use the tet conform geometry in real time. By harmonic, we need to have it output just the skin weights. So that comes in there, and then that's just basically saying we're going to the bone deform, and the bone deform is getting the skeleton, which is just this deal right here that I was making, the original thing that's just being piped in again with another object merge. And then we have the control stuff, which I'll probably go over later, and then these are my test controls, but this is my basic control setup that I have right now, which you can see is sort of all over the place. This is just my pose. So if we go here, this is sort of the pose that I have set up with little controls that are all broken. As you can see, my fingers look all jacked because I probably messed up my deal. And so then I have exports going out. So this is supposedly should just save out an animation if there was an animation on this, because it's going from the controls. And then this is exporting the character mesh, and the weighting and all that, and supposedly the animation if I set up takes for it properly, but I haven't got to that point yet. I'm still learning how to do that, and I don't even know if I can do that with the Houdini Apprentice. So, but I'll go over the controls really quick. This is just an attached controls. I'm going through the skeleton, bringing the skeleton, and then saying, hey, I got little pin or circle attached to the fingers, attached to the body, same with that, and then that's going out. Then IK, basically doing flat. Oh, I thought I changed this to be That's the other thing I don't know. So you have like client effects, delete, if I can type here, delete joint. Yeah, so I have this delete joint node, which seems the same as this, but it's the last node, right? But it just deletes the joint. And then I think I don't need, no, I still need the add node, because the add node takes it and turns, I'm deleting the lines, the connection edges between them, so it's just points. And so these are then being turned into the controls. So this is a rig post just to say where it is in space, and it's also allowing me to move the stuff. And so then the original skeleton's being piped into the IK, and then these guys turn into the controls. So then I can grab these little things and move them about, which is not really ideal for an animator because there's all this stuff here, and you really want to be able to see it with your deform, and being able to go and grab and move these and see everything all at once, opposed to having your up vectors and IK controls just sort of hiding over here. And then this, I want to be able to switch it from follow to follow and pin, and then probably have world space transfers as well. So it's not working. And then also, since it's this additive thing, if I go back to here, my whole thing jumps back to here. And so selecting the root, then I can move this guy, and it doesn't follow that. I probably need to put the IK first, then my controls on top of that, or I need to blend them together. I was looking at the Side FX forum, and there's this guy that did this really cool dog rig, which he posted, and I was digging into that. And then this is just a reverse foot setup here. Okay, so since my little phones are about to die here, I think this is where I'm going to stop. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you again if you're still here and you want to watch this stuff. I'm going to try to get something that's a little bit more put together, and just sort of explain what I'm doing. This is just for me to just, I guess, really talk to myself and try to get stuff working, but I don't have a problem with sharing this information, and hopefully it'll be able to help other people. Okay, take it easy, y'all. Oh wait, I totally switched the thing.